Good Tuesday morning to you all out there. Thank you for joining us here on the America First Warehouse and the America First Media and Television Network. I am Dale, my lovely and talented co-host Maureen. You are watching 2G1C, Red, White, and Blonde podcast. And we thank you for starting your Tuesday here at the warehouse on this amazing lineup of podcasts at the most patriotic venue in the world. Well, that's a mouthful to start with. Good morning to you, Maureen. How are you?
Good morning. Hello from Texas.
Yeah.
How is everybody?
I hope everybody is doing well out there, and we are glad you are joining us. We are waiting on a special guest today, and hopefully he joins in. He is out in the West Coast, but it is Jack Kennedy. And just briefly, we'll go over who he is. He's a West Point graduate, former U.S. Army officer whose military career was cut short due to an injury, a parachute jump. When he comes on, he can tell us all about that and the multiple surgeries he's went through. But he went from West Point to Hollywood. He is an actor who's built a successful career as an actor, writer, and producer. He's been in Castle. He's been in Ray Donovan, Shameless, reoccurring roles on those episodes. He's been on CSI. He's done the stage with Martin Short, and Jason Alexander, as a matter of fact. So he's been around, but he's going to join us hopefully here today to discuss his new venture, which is his own feature film called You Are Here, directed by his wife, but he stars in it. Judd Nelson's another star that's going to be in that film. He'll explain what that story is all about and the inspiration for it, and of course his career. That whole West Point to Hollywood is a different path. I know he was born a Buckeye, didn't stay there, calls Alabama his home. So
Roll Tide.
That hurts a little. That hurts just a little bit. But when he does come on, we will bring him up and introduce him again, and we'll get his full story. It's truly inspirational. And the film itself, and from the trailer, which we do have a clip of, it's just one of those movies that feels like it's about the journey, not the destination aspect of it. And I've always been told that, Maureen, that, enjoy the journey. It's not about that. I'm a very hyper ADHD. I got to get somewhere. I got this to do. I got that to do. And rarely do I ever enjoy the journey itself, So it's one of those movies that'll probably bring me back a little bit down to earth and say, just wherever you're at in life, accept what's happening, make the best out of it all. That's kind of what the movie feels like just from the trailer to me. I don't know about your opinion on it, but that's where I'm coming from.
Well, I'm very much the same. Super hyper, very ADHD. I was one of those kids that could never sit still. I never stopped talking. Hello, why do you think I do what I do?
Yeah, I know.
And also I wanted to mention that I'm going to be covering the screening of You Are Here in San Antonio on August 16th, and I will be covering it for the network. I'll be live covering it. And I was asked personally to do this. And I have a friend, Vince Staskell, and he's in New York, and he's a talent manager. And he has a group that I've known Vince for 11 years, and he has a group, he's an advocate for trained actors with real disabilities for film.
Oh, okay.
And it's very interesting because there are a lot of actors that are disabled in some form, such as Jack, who is permanently disabled from the Army from an airborne accident. He jumped out of the plane. And that's how Jack came to me, through Vince. But think about, there's all these Hollywood actors that they used to use actors to play a disability that didn't have a disability, right?
Correct.
So now Vince has been working for years with this group that he's created, and he's such a lovely man. And I do want to say he is the reason that I got back behind the mic. When I first moved to my house here in Texas 4 years ago, he sent me a message. He's been friends with me on Facebook for all these years, so he's known my journey
Mm-hmm.
And he sent me a message and he said, I think you need to go back and start a podcast. California girl now turns Texas. So California roots gets Texas boots. That's what he told me.
Yeah, that's cute. Yeah.
And at that time, I wasn't ready. I wasn't in I was just going through so much with grief and stuff. And so I did it. I did my podcast in December, and now I'm here. And he sent me the most lovely message not that long ago about how talented, and this is a talent manager, you know.
This guy knows talent. That's his job.
Yeah. So I take that very, you know, I take it very close to my heart. And he said, like, I just loved you on LA Talk Radio. I loved listening to you. And he's just so happy for me. And then he sent me Jack Kennedy to do this big job to cover the opening. And I will be moderating the after the screening. So I will be up on the stage with all of the actors, including Judd Nelson. And I think Jack wrote this.
He did, didn't he? Didn't he write it?
He wrote this and directed it. It's not a biography. It's not a true story. You know, it's nothing. It's I have not seen the whole movie. He told me that he would send it to me, and I said no, I'd rather be surprised. But then somebody else who is in the movie business suggested I should see it first. Because when you're at the screening, you may not absorb as much as you think you are, and then you have to be responsible for moderating and getting all the details. So I probably will see it before I do the screening, but I will be moderating. I'll be on the stage with all the actors and taking questions from the audience and moderating, which I've never done that. I've emceed a lot of events, but I've never moderated the screening.
This is going to be interesting. I can't wait to see it. And will it be filmed? Will we have footage?
I have a crew coming. I have somebody coming to film.
Nice.
Yeah,
Holy
a friend of mine. But
I know. But
she's going to be doing. She's going to. Yeah, I have a crew. I have people.
You got people who have people. I know. Have your people call my people. That's how it works.
And the gal, Eileen Gruber, she is playing his wife in the film. I've known her for years. She was on my show and on LA Talk Radio many times. And she's a lovely lady, and she has an even bigger resume. She's won Emmy Awards, and she's won all kinds of film awards. She's done TV, film, and she is a disabled actress as well.
Wow.
She came to me, and I also interviewed. I can't remember his real name. I interviewed him many times. He was on Sons of Anarchy. He played Peg on Sons of Anarchy. He had one leg. Yeah. That's why he was called Peg. He grew up in the Bay Area, very close to where I lived, and had a motorcycle accident and lost his leg.
Wow.
And is now a pretty well-known, you know, does the same type of work. So Vince, I know you were excited about this show today because I sent it to you. I sent you the link and everything that would be going on. So I hope you're listening. I really thank you because we all need somebody like him in our life. He's the most lovely person. He really, truly is. And he lives in New York.
Wow. Well, good. Thank you for calling that out. I wonder if he had anything to do with perhaps are you familiar with Colonel Gregory Gadsden?
No.
So anyways, Colonel, United States Army, double amputee, served as a colonel after that as well. He was in the movie Battleship. He played, you know, he had, you know, they put prosthetic legs on him and all that for the movie. But that's what he was in that movie. And I've met him and had the pleasure of meeting him multiple times. Matter of fact, had a couple great shots at tequila with him a few times. But he's just an incredible human being.
Jack might know who it is.
Yeah, might know who he is. And we know him via the Warrior Shield. He comes to every Warrior Shield event that they have, and the annual event. And just the most gracious, incredible human being. And his story, and I'll reach out to him to get him on, because his story of how he became that double amputee, he was on his way to a funeral service in Afghanistan for one of his members and one of his platoon who died from an IED, and then his vehicle got blown up, and the person who saved him, and the whole story, it's absolutely incredible. And then his perseverance afterwards and remaining in the Army and serving the rest of his 20 years out, was absolutely incredible. It makes me wonder, if there was somebody out there like that for disabled
Could have
vets or
been.
people like that,
Yeah.
or disabled
Yeah.
people in general.
We don't think about that, right? We don't think of a network of disabled actors that have a platform.
Well, no, because
now.
you got somebody playing Lieutenant Dan, and they do the CGI stuff.
Well, he had legs before, and then.
Well, he did. I know.
So it was
and he
kind
got
of
new legs. That's right. So, but
Gary Sinise does amazing work for our veterans and our police. Yeah,
he does.
But if you does anyone remember?
Okay.
The movie, The Best Days of Our Lives, I think it was, where the actor won the Academy Award and he actually lost his arms in World War II. That was like a famous, and that was long before they had an actor's, wasn't the movie The Best Years of Our Lives back in?
It might be.
He came home from World War II, he lost both arms or one arm, I can't remember. And he won the Academy Award because he played himself in the movie, The Best Years of Our Lives.
Yeah.
So. And then Marlee Matley won the Oscar.
That's right. Yep.
In the 80s.
Absolutely. Yeah, definitely. But anyways, we got like about 15 seconds left in this first block. So he hasn't arrived yet. Hopefully he does show up. If not, we've got a lot to talk about, including the Fauci files, which we're going to get into right after this.
Most people think they have options when searching for the best deals when they travel. But here's the shocking truth. 100% of the major travel agencies are owned by just two entities, Expedia and Booking Holdings. They claim to offer the lowest rates, but due to the hotel rate parity agreement, they all have the same pricing, limiting genuine competition. When you book through these sites, you act as your own travel agent, but the profits are going to organizations that don't support our Patriot values. We cannot allow that to continue. So, we decided to make travel great again by starting a US-based travel membership platform, mypatriottravel.com. We are patriots helping patriots. Together, we can disrupt the travel industry by not spending our hard-earned dollars supporting the radical left. For just $29.99 per month, you gain access to true wholesale rates on travel, saving you on average 35% and up to 65%. Book as often as you like, with no limits. Keep your hard-earned dollars in your pocket and spend them on things you need and want to support. Go to mypatriottravel.com/TAFW and grab your membership today. mypatriottravel.com/TAFW, making travel great again.
Are you a true American? Then it's time to get connected. Download the America First Media and Television app and stay up to date with real news, bold voices, and live events from the America First Warehouse. From national broadcasts and exclusive shows to comedy nights, concerts, and special events. It's all right at your fingertips. No filters, no spin, just America First. Download the America First Media and Television app today and be part of the movement.
I'm sure you guys remember the platinum single, Justice for All, with Donald Trump and the J6 Prison Choir. Well, get ready for round two. We're coming out with Anthem of the Free with High Res and the J6 Prison Choir. It's coming out now. It's pre-sale until December 19th when it drops. Get yours on all platforms, Google Play, Apple iTunes. Get it. It's going to be hot.
Justice for all, our voices ring. The anthem of the free.
It's me, Joe the Box, the America First Warehouse, most patriotic venue in all the land.
The America First Warehouse, a beacon for all to see, a symbol of unity. For the patriots of America, we stand tall and free. In the America First Warehouse, where our hearts will always be.
And welcome back, everyone. Thank you for joining 2G1C Red, White, and Blonde here on the America First Media and Television Network. Full day of podcasting. After our show comes Joe the Box for the America First Warehouse. His podcast you got to watch. They're all great. So just tune in, and they're growing like crazy, and we are honored to be a part of that family. So again, thank you to everybody at the warehouse for making this possible for both me and Maureen. We appreciate it. Maureen, real quick, you mentioned about you're going to be at the premiere.
screening.
The
Yeah,
screening.
the screening.
of it. Sorry, the
Yeah,
screening. I didn't mean
no.
premiere screening.
No, well, premiere
Hollywood
screening.
speak. You know, don't.
Yeah.
And where's that going to be located at again?
It's going to be at the First Ale, I believe it's called the First Ale House. It's in San Antonio on August 16th. And I'll post all of the details and make sure that everyone knows. And so if you're in the San Antonio area, Texas Hill Country, reach out to me. I will be posting this on all of my socials, but reach out to me. I'll give you all the information. It's going to be a good night. Very good night.
And Jack's he's on a whirlwind tour right now on this.
He's on a nationwide. Yeah, he's been everywhere. He's been all over. I think he's in Austin coming up. And
is he making his way to Florida? Is there a schedule? I mean,
he was already in Florida.
He was.
Yeah. He was in. I think he was at the Villages. I want to say. I don't know. But he was in. He was in Florida.
Okay, gotcha. All right, so he's making his way back. Is that how it's happening, or just back and forth?
I don't. I think they started. They might have started in California, and then and now they're looping. I'm not really sure, but they've been everywhere. It's got a lot of really good press. It's got a lot of good reviews. It's kind of a. They filmed it in California. He lives in San Pedro in California.
Okay.
Currently, he lives in San Pedro, which is down in Southern California.
Wow.
Yeah.
Crazy. Well, we're looking forward to it. Hopefully, it comes on. We think maybe there might be some time confusion. West Coast.
I might have had a blonde moment.
You and I are Central Time. I mean, we're covering the country here in time zones. So.
But we will get this figured out. If there was a glitch, we will get him back on before the screening in San Antonio, without a doubt. So Fauci, do you want to?
Let's talk about this.
The diary.
Yeah.
His diary.
How do you think that got leaked? First of all, how do you think it got leaked? And who?
Well, I saw last night.
Who's stupid enough to write it?
Was it Tim Burt? Did I see? I don't know if it was Tim Birch. I saw somebody interviewed last night, and they said that they literally, I guess, they had access to all of his files. Fauci.
Okay. Yep.
They had access to it, and they said they dug. It took them months to go through everything, and he had these diaries on his system.
Would you have I almost feel like, who is so stupid to write down what he wrote down, knowing?
Well, somebody who's a complete narcissist.
Well, I agree.
Did you read? I didn't read it. I've heard.
I didn't either yet, because I figured.
But what he has written in there about, I'm the most famous person.
Yes.
I was on Jimmy Kimmel tonight.
Yeah.
I was on the cover of Time. So is that a medical professional?
Yeah.
That acts that way?
Yeah, he's been
somebody who was in charge of the worst part of our history, like the pandemic. And he's out there, which we always knew. Again, we always knew these things. Nothing seemed right about him, right? He always seemed very off, loved to get in front of the camera, loved to believe the science. It's, again, we know it, but now we know it.
Now we know it.
And what's going to happen? He was given a pardon.
Yes, by pen, auto pen, though.
Pen gave him a pardon, but they also are saying, he's got to testify tomorrow, which I'm going to be glued to.
I am too. Yes.
They said he could very easily perjure himself.
Well, he could perjure himself, and a pardon is good. You lie in front of Congress. And you can be pardoned, and then it doesn't matter what you said before, right? I mean, that's how pardons work, I guess. I don't have the legal expertise to know this.
Did you also happen to see the leaked 70-hour audio of Biden came out?
Okay, I heard some of that from his cognitive. Yes.
Well, that was from his interview with his attorney. Well, was it the ghostwriter, or was it? I'm
sure that's what it was, Maureen.
I think he mentions the ghostwriter in these tapes. I thought it was from the interview when he testified
Oh, it
And-
might be from when the special counsel, her,
Yes, with her.
interviewed him.
Yes.
That's right.
Yes.
That's right. Thank you
Yeah.
for correcting me. You're right.
But he did speak about the ghostwriter in these tapes, so that's
Yeah.
been getting out. But that is going to be very interesting too. Funny how all these things are coming together, right?
Well,
yesterday I was a little bit down on everything. Today I'm like, okay, now this stuff's coming
Now
out.
that's
Okay.
the news cycle. 24. Just wait 24 hours, like the weather. You know, I mean, if you don't like it now, just wait 24 hours.
Yes,
it'll be better.
exactly.
That's the news cycle.
Exactly.
Yep.
But they're saying that these tapes are such an indication that he was just not in any cognitive
No.
shape to be
Again.
running the country.
Shocking news? No.
Yeah. Again, we knew, but now we know. And
But
they're saying, is this going to come into play that he was of sound mind to give these pardons?
See, this is going to be where the legalese comes in, and which judge is going to rule on it, and which judge is going to allow something. If that is brought in front of a judge, which federal judge will stop it from moving forward? Which one will not? It's, again, it almost
Be
feels
interesting.
it could be
But from what I
interesting.
understand, Biden was fighting the release, or his people. He probably doesn't know they even exist.
Yeah.
But they were fighting it, and then finally they just said, okay, they didn't want to fight it anymore. You know, it was like,
Well, because I don't think it matters to them anymore.
and it was probably expensive. They were probably
It
spending
probably
money
was.
on lawyers, and you know, these
And they're
things
like,
could
here,
drag
just
on.
here they
and-
are. Everybody knows we removed them from and installed Kamala Harris as your candidate, and so and then the news cycles all started reporting. Well, yes, I guess we were.
Well,
we didn't
remember they
have to
leaked of it, or they didn't leak, but there was a little bit that came out a few years. Some of those tapes came out, just a small amount. Like he didn't know when his son died. He was confused. Those
Yes,
were
correct.
those were out, a couple of years ago.
Yes.
But very interesting. 70 hours. I mean,
Yes.
I
that's-
haven't spent 70 hours listening. I mean, people are.
Yes.
But yeah, I think that's very interesting. If that's going to be a legitimate argument that he was absolutely not in any condition. So who was in control of that auto pen? Who did it? If most likely Biden will be dead and gone by the time this ever came to like
Of
a
course. Yes,
congressional hearing or a Senate hearing, right?
Yeah.
But if it ever did, could you imagine having him have to come in front of, say, the
Oh, no.
Senate or the Congress for a hearing and being able to answer anything about the people he pardoned? He would not know. He would
not
right?
know. He wouldn't. Yes, he would have no recollection of any of it. They would probably say he's not of sound mind and body to actually testify, or
Yeah.
he could say anything, and you can't really take it to as truth because he doesn't know. And so,
Right.
and it would be honestly. This all stems back to me. Like I blame his damn wife, for a lot of.
Well,
this too.
his handlers.
His handlers and the wife is included and all that to me, because I as if the roles were reversed and that's my wife, I'm like, I can't. You got to step
But
down.
again,
You're
okay,
not
so that
well.
goes back.
It's a
That goes back to what we talked about yesterday. Power, right?
Power.
It is such a ego-driven thing. But
Agreed.
I want to get back to Fauci very quickly because everyone knows my husband died in line of duty of COVID.
And we only have a couple minutes, so this will roll
we
over
have
to the next
2.
block. So just go ahead. Yeah.
So I want to talk about my husband died of COVID July 23rd, 2020, very early in this
Correct.
pandemic. He got sick with COVID in April 11th, 2020, less than a month after the country shut down. Shut down in March of 20. He got diagnosed April. The test results came back negative 5 days later. He never got better. He died. I fought his county, the city of Oakland, and his department for 5 years. They tied me up in legal battles for 5 years. I think I had 3 depositions throughout that.
Yeah.
And he worked at the Santa Maria jail. They had a huge outbreak. They said he wasn't near that. I gave it to him. I gave him COVID, or he got it somewhere else. Now Fauci is coming out in these diaries, which we have heard rumblings of this, that masks did not work.
Correct.
Social distancing did not work.
Yep.
And those are the things that his county and the city of Oakland hammered me on. That because I forgot this part of the story. I haven't shared this part of the story, but I got COVID and was in the hospital for 10 days. I went to the hospital first. I went to the hospital on Friday night. He went on Monday because he wanted to go to the workman's comp doctor. He wanted to do it the right way. He didn't want to go to the ER with me. He was trying to do everything the right way.
Yep.
So they came back and in the end said, no, you gave it to him. Well, no, he was working in the jail and brought it home to me. I was home every day. That country was shut down. Like what?
Yep.
So this flies directly in the face of them trying to say, I didn't mask properly. Correct. I kissed him every day. Goodbye. We slept in the same bed. We were married.
Yeah.
Living in the same house. I am having a whole new sense of grief coming out over this because I'm so angered. And if anyone out there hears my story, I would love to be able to speak to Congress. I would love to be able to talk to Bobby Kennedy about this. Junior, this is so wrong.
Yep. That
I was denied my widow's benefits because they say I didn't follow protocol. Well, now we know the protocol wouldn't have even saved him.
Would not have saved him. So,
and not to mention what we went through for years after, the country.
Correct. That's. We'll continue with this because I've got questions too, if you don't mind me asking them.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm just furious. Yeah.
I bet you are. We will be right back.
Me, Joe the Box, the America First Warehouse, most patriotic place in all the land. Hey, I'm here getting cleansed up. You know why? Because Sugar Creek Goods is a great place by patriots, making patriot soaps, making me smell nice. And that's what's nice. Who wants to go down the street and smell of somebody bad in New York City? Hey, by the way, what's this thing for?
250 years ago, a nation was born, built on courage, driven by freedom, defined by patriots who stood their ground. Today, we don't just remember that legacy, we wear it. This is more than a shirt. It's a symbol of strength, freedom, and pride. I'm Steve Stern, COO of theflagshirt.com, and I invite you to celebrate 250 years of the United States with us. Wear your pride, stand for something, get your shirts today.
You know what is more disappointing than Gino Visconti, everyone?
My sex life?
No, bad cell service. Let's make fun of Gino. Oh, wait, he's here.
Well, speaking of the opposite of his sex life, these people have towers that are huge, and they're everywhere. And while you're traveling, you can use these huge towers, patriotmobile.com/, it bends to the right, I don't have to tell you, TAFW. And then you can talk about me behind my back.
Patriotic people doing patriotic things.
Corporate transfer, fine professional, moving and storage, and inventory management.
Are you a true American? Then it's time to get connected. Download the America First Media and Television app and stay up to date with real news, bold voices, and live events from the America First Warehouse. From national broadcasts and exclusive shows to comedy nights, concerts, and special events. It's all right at your fingertips. No filters, no spin, just America First. Download the America First Media and Television app today and be part of the movement.
It's me, Joe the Box.
And I'm John the Blanket with the America First podcast.
That's what I'm talking about. The Fred Rubino podcast coming to you from the America First Warehouse.
Welcome, everybody, to the James Justice Show, tearing these airwaves apart with all the craziness that goes on in the world.
Welcome to the Patriots podcast. Good evening, everyone.
Hey, everybody. Welcome back to the On the Right Side podcast here at the America First Warehouse in Long Island, New York.
Shane Jenkins here with another episode of Liberty's Cage.
Hi, everyone, and welcome to our podcast, Red, Right, and True.
We are streaming live on America First Media and Television app.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, Kevin Downey Jr. podcast. Be free, stay free.
Welcome back, everybody. I'm Dale. That's Maureen again. This is 2G1C Red, White, and Blonde podcast right here on the America First Media and Television Network, remotely from the most patriotic place in the land, and that is the America First Warehouse. You got to get out there, okay? So I was fortunate to be there once back in April. Did a couple live shows there with the group. James Justice did one, the Patriots Raw. If you don't, I suggest you watch them as well. Good friends T and Angie on that show. It's an incredible facility.
Oh yeah, I definitely want to make a trip.
Honestly, we should plan a trip, do some live shows out there as well.
Yeah,
something to do in the future. We've already invited ourselves, Joe. So if you're listening, we're on our way. Anyways, thank you again, everybody, for joining us. We were talking about the Fauci files before we left. I tried to upload a video. I couldn't do it.
Fauci diaries.
Diaries.
Fauci files, which is even worse. Like the diary.
Yeah, because he wrote them
Dear
himself.
Diary, I'm so famous. I love myself.
I understand the narcissism. It is also you just don't want to put in writing. Like, I don't want to put in an email something I'm going to regret later. It's going to come back down. Why would I want to write that? I understand you're thinking, well, I'm pardoned. Nobody's going to find them. What do I care? I'm untouchable.
But you know what? People that think that way don't care. They don't think they're very unaware. And I'm kind of an unaware person too. I kind of do things like, oh, it'll be okay. Like, I don't have a diary, for God's sakes.
My God.
But he's a very unaware person. And he got so caught up in, and again, we have to blame the media. They were totally complicit in this and making him who he was. I mean, there's supposedly a text message from him and Dana Bash from CNN. And she's telling him, oh, you're the greatest. I guess he had an interview with, and he was talking about Trump, and she said something to the effect of like, well, you're a better man than I was, because I would have just punched him in the face, and you're my hero. And this is a media person. This is somebody who was getting on the air every night and supposedly telling us what is happening in our country with this pandemic that we were all struggling with. I mean, I lost my husband. That is the worst thing. I suffered the worst. I couldn't have a religious funeral service. We couldn't have family fly in. I could go down the line, but we had schools closed. We had children that are affected for the rest of their lives.
It was all bullshit.
Bullshit.
Yep.
I was denied widow's benefits because the county in the city of Oakland, the county of Alameda, and his department came back and decided he didn't get COVID at work.
Yep.
And I must have given it to him. And I didn't follow proper protocol at home.
Yeah, at home, at your own home.
I am so angry. I don't know if this is, they have the stages of grief. It's been 6 years. There are stages. Maybe I'm now at the anger stage. I am so mad.
Yeah.
And I am reliving all of this and all of the depositions I had and all of the accused. I was accused.
Yeah.
And now we read these diaries.
Yes. Mm-hmm. There's got to be some
hell.
There's got to be some sort of. So you never did, if you don't mind me asking, and maybe get a little bit more personal. You never did receive any benefits whatsoever.
Nothing.
Never.
My husband. Listen to this. Okay, I had COVID. He came home. He was sick. He gave me COVID. I went to. It's a long story. I went through the testing, and it was 5 days. All of this. But I was in the hospital for 10 days. Our children could have buried both of us. It was very scary. It was very scary. My husband was ambulanced out the day after I got home from the hospital. He did not survive.
Jesus.
2 weeks after he died, 2 weeks, they cut off all of my medical insurance. I never had insurance.
Shit.
After that. And I was still recovering from COVID and had just lost my husband. 2 weeks later, I went to the doctor. They're like, oh, your insurance isn't working. I called the county. Oh, no, we cut you off after 2 weeks. 2 weeks.
My God.
And from that day on, I've never had medical insurance.
You're kidding me.
And I'm not kidding you. I lost everything. As a widow, and my husband is deemed line of duty death. His department deemed him that the night he died. He's on the wall in Washington, D.C. He is line of duty across the board. He's on you can look at it, sheriff came out that night he died. The sheriff came out and said he died in the line of duty. He's a hero.
Yep.
I get a very small part of his pension, but when somebody dies in the line of duty, you get 100% of their salary and all their benefits for the rest of your life, whether you remarry again or not.
Oh, yeah, not.
And do you know what the city attorney of Oakland told me? Well, we're very concerned because this is going to come out of taxpayer money and we don't, we have to be very careful. Do you know what the county of Alameda has done in fraud and waste?
Yes. Yep.
Do you know what Rob Bonta has done? He's got a case in Alameda County in Oakland that he's not named in, but he's loosely involved in the corrupt ex-mayor who was mayor when my husband died. It's a big pay to play, millions of dollars. Rob Bonta paid $500,000 out of his own campaign money for a attorney in San Francisco, Wilson Sonsini, big white collar. And then I don't even need to tell you about all the corruption in California and all the money. And they could not take care of a widow.
Wow.
Who, again, my husband was the only first responder out of Alameda County, huge county, 27 agencies, fire, EMS, police, the only first responder to have died of COVID, and they denied me. Now, whether it's personal, they can come back and say, well, whatever, but they fought me for 5 years.
Yep.
It took them 5 years to do that.
Yeah.
And Fauci...
Now
somebody's got to help me. I don't know what to do because I am
so you can't be alone. Do you know of any other people, any other widows of officers
Nobody's
across the
had
country? I'm not just talking about California.
I have
that have died from COVID that aren't.
They've all been. Nobody's been through what I went through. No, but they've all had. They've been. I mean, some of them had like pushback and this and that. This is another thing that just irritates me. I received all of the federal benefits, PSOB. I received that. I received all of the workman's comp. Workman's comp accepted this right away. They're usually the ones that drag you, right?
I would think that would be the one that you would struggle.
That claim was accepted the next morning.
Wow.
That I got. The sheriff's, Cal OSHA, which everybody has, you have it. Every state has this. They oversight injuries at work. So we have Cal OSHA. Cal OSHA found him after a 6-month investigation. He found the sheriff's department responsible because he was not properly fitted for masks. Sheriff's department paid me money for that. County, everybody, he's on the county wall. He's on the federal wall. He's everywhere. His own department denied me. Everybody else came through and gave me what I was supposed to have.
Who was?
But his own county.
Excuse me. Who is the person that makes that decision there in that county?
It's very complicated. He has a SARA, Alameda County Employment Retirement Association. It's not CalPERS.
Okay.
They have county workers have La SARA in LA, every county.
Yep.
So he had a SARA. Very complicated. I don't even know if I can explain it, but
that's fine.
Normally a line of duty death, they're like, oh yeah, he died. It's approved right away. They pushed back on me immediately. It was like an immediate
because they didn't want to admit. Is it something they didn't?
I think there was a lot of things there's a lot of things that in the back, it's political.
I was going to ask. Political driven.
He had been married before. The ex-wife, but they'd been divorced for years. She had done some things behind the scenes that weren't really nice. She wanted the money to go to her and her son, although they'd been divorced for years and the son was a grown adult.
Yeah.
So there were it was nasty. It was nasty.
Yeah.
But that doesn't matter. In the worst time
of your life, it was nasty.
It doesn't matter what you think of me, what I've done in my past, what I've said on air. That doesn't matter. He died.
It shouldn't matter.
And you take care of the widow. And I've said this a million times, no widow of a police officer or fire or any first responder should be living like this.
May I ask you this question,
anything.
And you know the answer to this? Would you have been awarded benefits if, God forbid, your husband took his own life? Do they award benefits in a suicide like that?
It's not the same, but they are getting better with that. But Sometimes you don't even get the life insurance. I don't know. That's county
Yeah,
to
I know.
county,
That's a
department
different.
to
I know
department.
that. The life insurance does have clauses.
But I mean, if he would have been shot and killed in the street, I don't think it would be
hit by a car, and he pulled anything.
car accident
Any
on
other
duty.
thing while he's on
I
duty.
don't think this would happen. But
Did any other officers, do you know, get COVID and then survive COVID? Or
yeah, a few, and that's the other thing. When he was in the ICU at John Muir in Walnut Creek, there was one other deputy from his department that was in the ICU. He survived. One other person from his department, she died of COVID. She was a tech in the jail. And supposedly she went on vacation in Arizona and then came back and she ended up getting it in Arizona, from what I understand. So, but he is the only sworn peace officer, first responder, fire, everything.
That's crazy.
I know.
That's crazy.
I know.
And the fact that they couldn't, and then they tell you it's because, the taxpayer money, like that would throw
City
me
attorney.
off the edge because even back then, the wasteful tax. We for years had every year I pay taxes.
Yeah, but I didn't know it. It wasn't in my face like it is now every day.
But in your mind, it is like, this is the wasteful tax money going to this and that. We didn't know the fraud involved. You're right. We didn't know the extent of it, the billions and billions.
Plus,
billions
what about all the
dollars.
billions of dollars that these states got because of COVID?
Because of
They
COVID.
got billions and billions.
Correct.
And when we come back, I'm going to talk about Gavin Newsom, the 2 amendments he had in place to protect me, and the county wouldn't even look
That's
at
our
them.
final segment today, our final block. So we will be right back. Stay tuned.
The America First Ultra MAGA Store. For all your MAGA needs. We sell t-shirts, tumblers, flags, hats, sneakers, bumper stickers, and a whole lot more. The most patriotic, America First retail store. The America First Ultra MAGA Store.
It's me, Joe the Box, the America First Warehouse, most patriotic venue in all the land.
The America First Warehouse, a beacon for all to see, a symbol of unity. For the patriots of America, we stand tall and free. In the America First Warehouse, where our hearts will always be.
Hey, Paul, I was having a pillow fight with Gino's wife.
Me too.
Yeah.
She's
I
not
was
supposed
there.
to stay
I
up that
remember.
late.
I have the video. And now let me tell you, talk about soft. When I think soft pillows, I think of other than Gino's wife, mypillow.com, because these are the best pillows you're ever going to get. You can go to mypillow.com /TAFW. Go now, get your My Pillow right now.
Are you a true American? Then it's time to get connected. Download the America First Media and Television app and stay up to date with real news, bold voices, and live events from the America First Warehouse. From national broadcasts and exclusive shows to comedy nights, concerts, and special events. It's all right at your fingertips. No filters, no spin, just America First. Download the America First Media and Television app today.
I got to tell you, a lot of my followers are asking, hey, Midnight, where are you getting all that energy from? I say, you want to know the truth? I take about 25 milligrams of Adderall a day. But that eventually ends, and then that's where Agara coffee comes in. I start drinking this stuff, and it boosts my energy. It shoots me right through to the moon. If you're not drinking Agara coffee, and you need that extra boost during the middle of the day, I'm telling you right now, get this into your system, and I promise you that it will absolutely take you to a whole nother level. Midnight, I am out. 1, 2, 3. Woo!
America First Warehouse was really the most patriotic venue that you can ever imagine. We wanted to build something for people to be able to come to and feel so comfortable and so relaxed, because there is nothing out there like it. We give an opportunity for people to really feel good about themselves and about this great country.
Welcome back, everybody. Again, I'm Dale. That's Maureen. You are watching 2G1C, Red, White, and Blonde here on the America First Media and Television Network. Thank you for joining us once again. Before the break, we were talking a lot about your personal tragedy, which you've discussed before. But the reason this has all come to kind of the forefront again, and certainly the anger about it, is because of the Fauci diaries. Yes, I call them the Fauci files. It just got a better ring, but diaries is what it really is because he wrote them himself. And then we were talking about California and what happened to you and the denials and all that. But you wanted to get into a little bit about Gavin Newsom and
right.
Some of the,
so when COVID first came out, Gavin Newsom put out 2 presumptive orders. He put them out about 9, maybe a year apart from one another, or maybe less. I'm not really sure. But so the presumptive orders basically said if you are anywhere, it didn't have to be law enforcement. It was anywhere across the board. So if you were at work, technically clocked in, working, you couldn't have been on vacation, got COVID, and you had to be clocked in working. If you were legitimately clocked in working and you got COVID, it was presumed you got it in the line of duty, end of story. Then he came out with a second presumptive order, which was even a little bit more solid, that my attorney at the time was like, okay, you're golden. This is going to protect you. County of Alameda, City of Oakland, his department, they wouldn't even look at it during my court case, during my legal battle. They wouldn't even look at it. They never even looked at it. Wouldn't consider it at all.
I don't know how it's possible.
And I can't tell you how many times I wrote to Gavin Newsom, called his office, and they would just say, well, that's county issue. We can't. And Javier Becerra was the our AG at the time that my husband died, our attorney general, and put out a tweet and sent me a letter how sorry he was, and
wow. That's it. Doesn't care.
I don't care.
That's who he would be as governor too.
Yeah. Who now is is a lot of fraud is coming out about him and losing all of the migrant children.
Correct.
Tapes are coming out. Secret whistleblowers are coming out saying that he allowed all, because he was the HHS secretary for
Biden. For Biden. Yep.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
There's a lot of dirt there on him.
Yeah, and his chief of staff is the one that just got indicted, pled guilty, who used to work for, she siphoned off money from Newsom's campaign and was working for Javier Becerra.
Which they were all complicit in, but untouchable at this point, it seems.
But my husband and I were born in San Francisco, lived in California our whole lives. My husband worked at the department 25 years, tax paying, own homes, pay property taxes, supported, paid into California our whole lives.
Did the right things.
My husband went to work every day with COVID, knowing he wasn't feeling well, sick.
And proud of it. He was proud.
He was like, I got to go to work. They need me. It's, and then they did this to me. And I have talked about this with Michael Gates separate, he's running for AG. And, I've told him, like, I don't know what could ever happen, but this cannot happen to law enforcement. You're going to be the top cop in California. You're running for that position. You have to go in and look at what's going on.
Yep.
Because no widow and family should have to be living this way.
No way. I can't even, I can't imagine. And then anybody who says they can or see they can't. They've never been in your shoes.
If anyone is the situation that's going on in Seattle, the shooting, now it's gang shooting. If anyone has watched any of this news from Seattle and you see the absolute horrible leadership, liberal leadership.
Yep.
Even the media in Seattle, the liberal media is really pushing back on the mayor and that, what's her name? Jalaya, the Congress, who just weeks ago was at the hearing for angel families and said, I'm bored with this. We've done this 4 times. And now she's standing out there in a press conference, how thoughts and prayers for these families and we have to end gun violence. Like, I am so disgusted with these liberal leaders. And that is exactly how Oakland, I think, is even worse, to be honest.
Yeah. Right. And Seattle at this point. Wow.
Well, Oakland's bad. I mean, they haven't had a mass shooting to display their incompetence lately.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But in the 25 years my husband worked in the city of Oakland, it was all under leaders that hate the cops. And the last thing they wanted to see was a widow get money from
the fact that in 25 years he wasn't far from retirement at that point.
No, he was going to retire in January. He died in July.
Jeez.
And we were going to move to Texas.
And you were anyways. The plan was to move to Texas and get the hell out of California, which was hard for you because you're fifth generation, your children.
Wasn't hard because I was ready to go, especially after COVID.
Oh,
the night he died.
I was thinking before then, if that's a decision where you're
no, we were ready. We were never going to retire in California.
Good.
We were never,
Good for you.
We were going to go on. But the night he died.
Yeah.
And it's like a movie, right? Like, cops, everybody's there. It's like chaos. And they took me, and I'll never forget this. They took me and they put me in a chair, like kind of in the corner, and they were just on the phone and get a flag and somebody, it was just, and I remember watching it, and about 3 minutes, I said to myself, I'm leaving immediately. Yeah. I'm not staying here. And I left in November. He died in July. I came to Texas in November. And people ask me all the time, like, when did you? And I said, the night he died, I looked around at everything and I was like, I'm not staying here. I am not staying here. I'm leaving. I can't.
And so he died in July. You moved in November to Texas?
He died July 23rd. I moved here, I think November 5th or 10th.
And that was after, yeah. When was the funeral? If you don't mind me asking.
We buried him August 4th.
August 4th. Okay. All right.
And that's another thing. We went to the cemetery, huge procession. I mean, he had miles. It was beautiful. He got a beautiful send off, although it was very limited what we could do.
Yep.
I pulled up and they got me out of the car to receive the flag from the sheriff, right? The cemetery, oh, no. She can't get out of the car. She has to stay in the car. She can't get out of the car. She has to stay in the car to receive the flag. The cemetery. We're outdoors. They wouldn't let anyone else out. The procession was miles behind us. His sheriff came out and said, she's not receiving this flag sitting in the car.
No.
And I have a photo of it, of me receiving the flag. I did not wear a mask to the funeral. I refused because I had already had COVID. I was hyperventilating. I thought I was going to pass out. And they said, okay, fine, you don't have to. Sheriff's wearing a mask. But the sheriff and Oscar's best friend, who at the time was a sergeant, now is a captain, said, you can go to hell. She is not sitting in the car to receive the flag. And thank God, they had my back, obviously. They were disgusted, too, in all of it. And I stood, but we were not allowed to go to the gravesite. They took the casket and they went. We were not allowed to have any kind of a ceremony at the gravesite. We weren't allowed to, everyone had to stay in the cars. We couldn't have a party afterwards. We couldn't have people over. I mean, I had a few friends over, obviously.
But not like...
Normally, we would have had a big... At the department, the DSA, the Deputy Sheriff's Association, would have hosted a big party for us. No, we couldn't do anything. And
that's Oscar's flag behind you there, correct?
That's his flag. That was on his coffin.
Yep.
And there's a beautiful photo that my best friend that I grew up with, she took the photo and it went to all the media. And thank God, because that is really the only...
memory
I have of that day. We weren't allowed to congregate. It was so awful.
And then they hear now again, we harken back to the Fauci diaries, knowing that this whole walking one direction in a grocery store, the whole plastic thing in front of me and the checkout person was all bullshit. Everything was bullshit.
And making us feel like we were criminals.
Yes.
If we didn't follow these Third Reich, I'm sorry.
Oh, that's what it was.
Come at me all you want, but
Third Reich rules.
And that's why when I left California, it was really, California stayed shut down for a long time. And I came to Texas and it was open a little bit, you could go out. I felt like I was in a new world. And it wasn't even fully open yet. It wasn't even fully open, but compared to California, I came here and I was like, oh my God, there's people. People are out. It was the holidays. It was Thanksgiving. It was, people were out. They were shopping. They were eating. I was like, I felt like I woke up in the land of Oz or something.
Yeah,
I mean,
no kidding. That's how Florida
and then
was.
California just got worse.
Yeah,
they shut, because I would travel back and forth. Yeah, I would travel back.
Yeah.
And
quickly,
it was
I'm not, but I didn't know if you, because T and Angie here at the warehouse and all, they were telling us about the camps, the encampments for the COVID people that Kathy Hochul, the governor, had set up and was prepared to do to basically concentration camps for COVID. I'm telling you.
I mean, Gavin Newsom shut down the beaches.
For the love of God.
The beaches.
Yeah.
And, I highly recommend, we tried to get this to play today. We didn't have time, but everyone go and look up the interview last night with RFK Jr. and Laura Ingraham. And he talks about Fauci getting a heart, I don't know if you want to call it disease, from the vaccination that he denied whatever happened. He went to a private doctor nobody ever knew about. Now it's in the diaries. I mean, come on, people.
Yeah.
Let's all...
I'll be able to have that for our show tomorrow as well if you want to join us there on our Rumble or YouTube channel. But that's it for us today. Maureen, thank you for sharing your personal heartbreaking story with us all.
And for anyone out there who's
we're angry as you are.
Yeah, and anyone out there who's a widow of COVID and your husband was a first responder, reach out to me, please. Strengthen numbers. I've never heard from anyone else, so I don't know if I'm the only one, but my sympathies are with you.
You can't be the only one. I guarantee it. You can't be. You can't be.
I don't know.
Yeah, please reach out to Maureen, and she's please do that out there, folks. Thank you again for tuning in and joining us here at 2G1C Red, White, and Blonde on the America First Media and Television Network. Stay tuned. Full lineup of shows. Thank you again, Maureen. We appreciate you.
Thank you.
And we'll see you all next Tuesday.
We'll see you later. Thank you.
Me, Joe the Box, the America First Warehouse, most patriotic place in all the land. Hey, I'm here getting cleansed up. You know why? Because Sugar Creek Goods is a great place by patriots, making patriot soaps, making me smell nice. And that's what's nice. Who wants to go down the street and smell of somebody bad in New York City? Hey, by the way, what's this thing for?
We couldn't do it without you. Your support keeps us strong. Right where friends belong. America first, we stand